if you haven't heard of us, you owe it to yourself to check it out. Make sure that is your New Year's resolution for 2020. Now, I've always felt Christmas time is a time for storytelling. And it's kind of what I do. I like to storytell. Today, I'm not going to tell one of my own stories. Instead, I'm going to tell a story that I read about in a book. This is the story of a home invasion. It took place, I would say, over 100 years ago. The story is called The Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And really, that's when the home invasion is typically gonna happen, right? They're not gonna break in when people are stirring about. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there. The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. Rosie, when's the last time you dreamed about a sugar plum?
I don't even know what a sugar plum is.
Neither do I. Neither do I. These children have been neglected. If the best thing they can dream about on the night before Christmas is sugar plums.
Yeah.
And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. Now,
dude, these parents get naps?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I've got
that
a problem.
That is very unrealistic.
I've got a problem with this.
I haven't had a nap in 12 years.
I haven't slept in a decade. Now, my real problem with this is what they're wearing to bed. Have they just given up on the romance? I mean, she's wearing a kerchief? Are you kidding me? Now, in the first year of marriage, it's standard to wear a sexy nightie or something. Generally speaking, after year one, that's when the nightgown comes out. You get rid of the nightie and you go to nightgown. I would guess these people have been married at least 15 years. Because she's wearing a kerchief. He's got a winter cap on.
Yeah.
That's weird. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave luster of midday to objects below.
Dude, they read this to children?
Yes.
It just said breast.
Breast. Breast. Let me change it so it's a little different.
Okay.
The moon on the boob of the new fallen snow gave a luster to midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. Now, if you, I by no means am a criminal, but if you are going to break into someone's house, I highly recommend you have a better getaway vehicle than a sleigh with reindeer. Because A, tracks. 2, noise. And D, that's just stupid. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. Now, here's the next mistake. If you're going to break into a house, make sure the people in the house don't know you. They're going to be able to identify you and say, oh yeah, that was my buddy Nick. He's breaking in again. All right. More rapid than eagles, the coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen. On Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all! As dry leaves that... Okay, that part gets boring. We're going to skip ahead a little bit here and get to the point of the story, which is the break-in. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. So now the criminal is inside the house. This is where it gets a little more intense, okay? Now, here's the thing you got to think about, and this is important to think about. we lock windows, we lock doors. You got to start thinking about other ways that criminals can get in because, you know, if they want in bad enough, they'll do something like go down the chimney. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. Well, duh. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. Now, this next part I really like because when the cops later asked him to identify the perp, this is how he described them to the police. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses. His nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. Now, can you imagine the look the police officers would give you if you described a perp that way? All poetic like that. I think I'm going to try that sometime. The stump of a pipe... Ooh, this part really gets me. The stump of a pipe held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. What a dick move. He breaks into your house, and then he smokes.
Yeah.
Seriously. I've had one visitor bold enough to randomly smoke in my house. This is a smoke-free house.
Yeah, Joel Nert. Disrespectful.
He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. All right, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit more. You know, we got to get to, you know, where the plot advances. All right, so he sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle.
Can I interrupt?
And away they all flew like the down of a thistle. I'm pretty sure he has the children at this point, by the way. Yes, go ahead with your interruption.
So, I heard something recently.
Okay.
That a man has 3 stages in life. First stage, he believes in Santa. Second stage, he becomes Santa. Third stage, he looks like Santa.
Interesting.
This is what you have to look forward to. This is the future. I mean, minus the break-in.
Minus the break-in.
Yeah.
I don't plan on breaking into people's houses. Now, I am definitely in stage 2. However, my good friend Joel Nert,
Yeah.
he's getting closer to stage 3.
I know. He's moving to stage 3.
He's still brown in the beard area, but he's got the beard.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Futures to come.
So, you want to know what this criminal says to taunt you as he's leaving? He says, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night."